How is it going, guys? We have hit 10,000 subscribers. In fact, as of today, we actually hit 13,000 subscribers, which is insane. I can't even comprehend that number of people. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all of the support. It's been unbelievable. So, this is finally the question and answer you guys have been waiting for. I said I was going to do this at 2,500 subscribers. Then I said I was going to do it at 3,000 subscribers. Well, we hit 10,000 subscribers, so I thought that would be a good time to do it. And now we're at 13,000 subscribers. So if you learn anything from this, it's that I am extremely unreliable and you should never count on me. I mean, that's a joke. It all happened so fast that I could not keep up with the amount of subscribers that were coming in. So it's been awesome. It's been exciting. It's been a little bit overwhelming, I'll be honest with you. There's just so many people commenting and so much support. It's awesome. It's unbelievable. And you guys are amazing. So here is my question and answer. So the first question, I'm just going to kind of work my way down the comments section. The first question comes from Psychro. He's got 3 questions for me, actually. He says, what do you work with? I assume you're asking what I do for a living. So I'm an IT specialist for a fairly large corporation. I've been doing that for 9 years at the same company. It's been a long run. I enjoy it quite a bit. I get to interact with people a lot. I get to meet a lot of different people. I travel quite a bit for my job. I cover a fairly large region, so I have to go to different locations throughout my region, and I help people out all around the place. His second question is, what is your favorite game of all time? And I have to say, it's kind of a toss-up. Mega Man X is probably my favorite game of all time. I played so much of that game as a kid, but then Mega Man X2 came out, and I think I played more of that. So it's kind of a toss-up between Mega Man X and Mega Man X2, but I basically love all of the Mega Man X games. Those games hold a very special spot to me in my life. They were a big part of my growing up. I used to take the controller booklets. The controller booklets? Who calls it that? What's a controller booklet? And why do I have a stinking earbud in my ear? This is stupid. I just noticed that the earbud was in my ear. I don't know why it was there. There's no sound coming out of it. I think that makes me look cooler, like Secret Service. Got it. Okay, enough of that. Yeah, I used to take the manual and I would try to trace, like copy the drawings from the booklet of like all the different bosses and stuff. That was like something that I did, and then I'd go play the game and I'd play through it again and again and again. And yeah, so I mean, those 2 games are pretty much my favorite games of all time. And then he says the third and most important question, how old are your cats and how many do you have? So I have 2 cats. One is 7 and one is 8. I ended that with a question mark because I had to think about it. But yeah, Emery, the black cat, yeah, you can just see like a little smidgen of her. That's Emery. She is the older one. She's 8. My wife and I got her when she was a little baby kitten. And then Lucy, the kind of gray and yeah, like the gray cat. She is 7. She's slightly younger. We adopted her about a year after we got Emery. Let's move on to the next question here. This one comes from Fazby. He says, what is your favorite FNAF game? I've never played Five Nights at Freddy, so none of them or all of them. I don't know. Next question comes from Tattoo Gaming HDFX, and he asks, why did you start Hello Neighbor? I mean, honestly, it looked like an interesting game. I hadn't played any kind of like thriller type games on my channel, and it was also very popular on the internet. Now, I don't want to say that the only reason that I played it was because it is popular, but that's probably a big contributing factor. But I also enjoy it. The developers have done a great job of providing a lot of tools and secrets and things that you can keep kind of discovering in the game. So I thought it was a cool game at its core, but I think when you dig into it even more, like it kind of opens up into a lot more than you might expect. So I've enjoyed my time with it, and also I've enjoyed the fact that it's contributed to the enormous growth to this channel. So like it's kind of twofold there. Like, it's a fun game, and it's also a popular game that has gotten a lot of traction here on my channel. Noah McNacho asks, what is your favorite game? He did that in all caps. And I already answered it, but I'll answer it again just for you. It was Mega Man X and Mega Man X2. It's, like I said, it's kind of a toss-up between the two. Burj Altayas asks, will you play Undertale again? Well, I've never played Undertale in the first place, so it's going to be hard to play it again unless I've already played it once. But I probably won't play Undertale on my channel. I do have it in my Steam library. It's actually been sitting there for quite a while. It's in my backlog. But I do intend to play it one of these days. I know it's a pretty short experience, but I wouldn't hold your breath for a playthrough on my channel, if that's what you're asking. Jeremy Wardroid asks a great question. Who sparked your passion for YouTube? So I'll give you guys the short answer, and I'll give you the long answer. The short answer is it was Northern Lion. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Northern Lion. He mainly does Let's Plays of The Binding of Isaac, which was a game that I completely fell in love with when it came out on PlayStation Plus a couple of years back. I think it was in 2014. So when Binding of Isaac Rebirth came out for PlayStation, PS4, it was free if you had a PS Plus membership. And so I downloaded it thinking, you know, this game looks pretty cool. It looked like The Legend of Zelda, you know, it had that kind of like top-down view. And so I fell in love with the game. It was like my go-to game for practically an entire year. Like every night, if I had time, I would just load it up and try to play through like the challenges. There's just so much to see in that game. And then I stumbled upon Northern Lion, his Let's Play of Binding of Isaac. And it was this really interesting thing that happened because, to be honest with you, I didn't really watch Let's Plays. You know, I didn't even really watch YouTube that much up until that point. But when I found Northern Lion's Let's Plays of The Binding of Isaac, it did this weird thing where it made me want to play the game more, which was something that I had never experienced by watching other people play the game. But there's something very unique to The Binding of Isaac where there's like so many secrets, there's so many synergies between the items, there's the transformations and stuff, and a lot of that stuff I wasn't aware of. I'd never seen before. So when I started watching Northern Lion play through the game, I was like, this is awesome. And he actually sparked even more love for The Binding of Isaac. So now I was playing it even more than I was playing it before, and I just completely fell in love with the game, even more so after watching Northern Lion play it. So that was something that really sparked my interest in being able to do that for other people. But it was kind of a two-edged sword because the thing about Northern Lion is that he is a master of his craft. I mean, he is so good at Let's Play commentary. Like, he talks for 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes even an hour, about the most mundane things and makes them interesting and fun to listen to. And there's something very unique and special about that. And so when I would think like, hey, I should do a Let's Play, I felt like I could never do that because I could never be as good as Northern Lion, and I never will be as good as Northern Lion. The guy is a master. He's just so good. He's so good at it. I'm gushing here. So it was kind of like, it was like, man, I really want to do that for other people, but also I'll never be as good at it as him. So, but I decided to just take the dive, and here we are. So that was a very, very long answer. I hope you guys haven't fallen asleep. Are you still there? Hello? This is me tapping you on the head. All right, so the Digital Gamer asks, what games do you plan on making? Now, I assume that you mean what games do I plan on making videos for? Because I have no experience whatsoever making video games. I am not a programmer by any means. I cannot make a video game. I don't even know where to begin. But as far as games that I plan on playing on the channel, I mean, basically anything that I think looks interesting. I've recently been playing Astroneer, and like, I am absolutely in love with that game. That game is so cool, and it's just a very simple kind of space survival game, but it's got this cool, you know, building element to it and terraforming, and it's been a lot of fun. So it's hard to say what games I'm actually gonna play on the channel because games come and go so quickly. I just try to keep an eye on what looks interesting, what's coming up. I don't have anything in particular in mind right now. I'm hoping to get the tabs, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator update from the developers so that we can start playing around with like the neon units that they have in there and like the crazy like Slender Man Ninja and stuff. Like there's all kinds of cool units in that. There's other games. I played Brick Rigs in the past. I plan on coming back to that. That was a really cool game. It has Steam Workshop support, so there's a ton of user created content that's really, really cool. But yeah, it's kind of hard to say exactly what I'm gonna play in the future, but just keep an eye out for, you know, new and interesting games, and I'll try to show them off to you guys. All right, this is a very interesting question. This one comes from Jairo Batista. He says, if I have a triangle that is 5 feet wide and 4 feet long, then how many cupcakes can Pedro buy with one human soul? I think I got it. Yellow. Next question comes from Maria Magdalena, asking, do you have brothers or sisters? I do. I have one brother. He is 6 years younger than me, 6.5 years younger than me, and he's probably watching this right now. So maybe you guys can convince him to leave a comment. Maybe. I don't know. You might see him in the comments section, you may not. OMQ Swag asks, why did you start YouTube? Well, I think you already got that answer. It was kind of long and drawn out, but essentially it was to kind of do the same thing that Northern Lion did for me with The Binding of Isaac, where you take a game, you make it interesting, and you make other people want to play it. You know, you inspire people to try out maybe games that they otherwise wouldn't play, or you make the game more engaging for them. Gaming with Jackson asks, do you think pugs are cute? I don't know. They're okay. They look real weird, you know? Like, they have that weird, like, smashed face, like they ran into a wall one too many times. Here's the way my wife would put it. They're so ugly, they're cute. And hopefully she never describes me that way. All right, let's move on. Matthias Impola asks, once again, what is your favorite game? And once again, Mega Man X, Mega Man X2. Next question comes from Tom. This is gonna be it. I'm gonna mess up your name, okay? It's Timek Jaros Volgus. And he asks, how old are you? I am 29 years old, and I will be 30 in about 3 months. Don't remind me. Justin Mamo asks, why do you not stop playing Hello Neighbor? Well, right now, Hello Neighbor is extremely popular on my channel, so I've been playing it basically every other day, but I'm gonna slowly kind of fade away from it. But Alpha 3 is coming out next week, so I'm probably gonna be pushing out a lot of Hello Neighbor content when Alpha 3 comes out. But I mean, we're not gonna do only Hello Neighbor for the rest of time. Like, we're gonna play other games, and I've already been playing other games. I've been playing Astroneer. So if you're tired of Hello Neighbor, check out the Astroneer stuff. It's good. The game is really good. The me part is, it's okay. Guy Neer asks, who is your favorite YouTuber? And I think I already answered that. It's Northern Lion. The guy, he's just, I can't stop gushing about him, but he's so talented. And I watch his videos every day. What is your pet? Asks Greenfire TV. My pet is a dog, and also 2 cats. Why were you so surprised? I mean, should I have different kinds of pets? Sorry. Freezing Flamingo asks, what country are you from? I am from the USA. I live in California. Frankie Diaz asks, do you like Hello Neighbor Alpha 1 or 2 better? I have to say, the Alpha 1 house was really cool, like the water and the shark, and I feel like the puzzles were a little bit more dynamic, but Alpha 2 has all those console commands, which are just awesome. Like, they're so cool. So I have to say that Alpha 2 is probably my preferred version, but if they had the console commands in Alpha 1, like, Alpha 1 would be unbelievable. But Alpha 3 is supposed to be basically the combination of Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 with a bigger house and more puzzles, so like, I'm really, really hoping that they have all those console commands in Alpha 3, so I'm really looking forward to Alpha 3. Melody Siamara, I probably messed that up, asks what's your favorite game, and once again, Mega Man X and Mega Man X2. Probably closely followed by Binding of Isaac. I've talked a lot about that game, but I mean, I put a lot of hours into Binding of Isaac, so it's pretty up there too. The Gaming Kalen TGC asks, what's your favorite color? Blue. I like blue. Blue's a good color. It's a nice soothing color. Next question comes from Wolfie's Eyes. They ask, do you think your focus will remain on early access / indie titles, or do you think you'll be including more mainstream titles later on? I think the short answer is both. Yes. The longer answer is it just depends on what's coming out. I've played more mainstream titles. In fact, probably a couple months ago, I played Dragon Quest Builders, which was a fairly big launch. I mean, I wouldn't call it like a AAA title, but you know, it was on PlayStation 4. It's Square Enix. It's a pretty big game, and I had a lot of fun playing it. So like, I'm not restricting my channel to just indie games. It just seems like indie games have this kind of interesting following on YouTube, and people seem to be drawn to those games, whereas I don't see that as much with the mainstream titles. And maybe I'm not playing a lot of the bigger mainstream titles. Like, I try to avoid like the super violent stuff and kind of the over the top stuff. But yeah, I'm not against the idea of playing mainstream titles. So, I mean, you can probably expect to see me playing more mainstream titles along with indie titles. I got a question here from DieXX, who has been an unbelievable supporter of my channel. She's been super supportive, so you guys should definitely check out her channel. I'll have a little thing in the corner, I think up here or up there. I'll put a card up there. You guys should check out her channel. She's super awesome. She's been super supportive to me. She asks, has YouTube made your life better or worse? I would say it's definitely made my life better. It's also made my life a lot busier because I do still have a full-time job and I do this YouTube thing on the side, and you guys may not realize it unless you do it, but it takes a lot of time. You have to record your videos, make sure everything's prepped and ready to go, then you edit your videos, then you render your videos, and while they're rendering, you typically have to make your thumbnail, and you gotta make a thumbnail that's interesting, that's gonna grab attention, and then you have to do all your metadata, so you have to write your title, your description, and then all your tags, which are super important within YouTube, the SEO, and that's just for one video. And so do that 7 times a week, which I have been doing, along with a full-time job. It's a lot of work, so I'm very busy, but it's a lot of fun. And it's been a fun hobby to kind of express myself and do things that I enjoy doing. I've always loved editing. I've always loved producing content. I actually almost went to school to become a professional editor. So it's always been a passion of mine. So this has become kind of this cool hobby where I can play video games, which I love doing, and also edit videos and produce content, which I also love doing. And the fact that you guys enjoy that stuff that I make makes it even more satisfying. So yeah, absolutely, it's made my life better. So that's pretty much all the questions. Thank you guys for all of the support. This has been unbelievable. I know this was supposed to be our 3,000 subscriber Q&A special, and it became our 13,000 subscriber Q&A special. That's an awesome thing to have to make a mistake about. Also, before we go, I wanted to give a huge thanks to Crumble Duck. Crumble Duck is an artist who redesigned my channel art kind of before everything really started picking up, but it looks so much better than it used to, and he did a really nice job. You guys can check out his YouTube channel where he has some videos of him creating different channel art and stuff. It's pretty cool. So we hit 10,000 subscribers. I guess our next stop is 100,000 subscribers. That's the next big milestone. Are we gonna get there? I don't know, to be honest with you. Will we continue this momentum? It's hard to say. YouTube is a fickle beast. It can change at any moment, but I hope we can get there. I mean, that would be pretty stinking cool to get that silver play button. But once again, guys, thank you for all the support. Thank you for everything that you've done. You guys have been awesome. You've been super supportive. It's been a blast making videos for you guys. So thank you. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. And of course, if you'd like to see more, you can subscribe to my channel. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.